as far as I'm concerned, psychoanalysis is not treatment.
It's not a treatment.
No. It may be an excellent method for exploration of one's mental operations, but it is not treatment.
This is an interesting perspective.
In the same way that I would almost say the same, I do not believe that transactional analysis is treatment, but I believe that the analysis of transactions can be a very valuable part of treatment.
Okay, yeah, that's very unique distinction. And why you say that way, Bill?
Well, I don't know why the idea of transactional analysis kind of caught on as a popular way to describe what Burton described in his book. I guess because of the title, he called it Transactional Analysis and Treatment. But what he described in that book was, in a sense, three phases that were integral to treatment. The first one being identification of ego states, the second being the analysis of transactions, and the third, the analysis of games. But of those three, only the words transactional analysis appear in the title. And if you want to say that transactional analysis in some expanded form represents all three, that's okay. If you were to ask me what is transactional analysis, I don't have a good definition. I can easily define what is the analysis of transactions.
This is very interesting. Very interesting. So this analysis of transaction gives a perspective to have some part of a treatment, and this is not a treatment by itself. That's what you position your.
That's my belief. Basically, the analysis of games would be very the analysis of games as Byrne analyzed games would be very difficult without preceding it with ego states and transactions. That's very different if you talk about the analysis of games using Cartman's scheme. With Cartman's scheme, you don't need the ego state and transactional analysis to deal with a game. To the extent that you can say a game has a beginning, a middle, and an end, okay? It's a sequence of actions over time, and you cannot arrive at the end if you interrupt it in the middle. Or you cannot arrive at the end if you refuse the invitation. What I observe with people in the treatment situation is that it's often difficult in the beginning to recognize the invitation to the game. But it becomes possible to recognize the process and the feelings that are generated, and it is possible to interrupt the game based on detection of the repetition. Let me give a concrete example from therapy. A patient in a group was the wife of a young physician, and frequently the physician physically assaulted his wife. So that became quite evident, of course, when she appeared in the group with both eyes being black. And after discussion, she was able to describe kind of what happened at the initiation of conversation, what was said, what happened after the initial conversation, and then being hit by her husband. And that was something where she needed some direct help on how to stop so she didn't get hit almost every week. Right? So in that situation, I made a very specific suggestion for what to do to prevent her husband from hitting her. The conversation almost always started with the husband criticizing her either as a mother or as a housekeeper. So she understood that's how things began. He criticizes. She then, of course, like most people, wants to defend herself. That's the action. But in defending herself, it begins to escalate. And finally, he decides to win by hitting her. Okay? So the suggestion made to the lady was this. The next time your husband criticizes you, tell him you understand he doesn't like the way you maintain the house. Period. That's an adult statement. I understand you don't like the appearance. He undoubtedly will try to escalate at that point because you haven't accepted the invitation. So he will make some statement indicating he's angry. And when he does that, you say to him, I understand that you're very angry because you believe I do not maintain the house. What occurred was the husband, after the next episode, said, you don't understand. She said, no, I do understand. You're very angry. I know in the past when you were very angry, you hit me. And with that, the husband turned around and said, I'm no use talking to you. And that ended it. But she interrupted the game. To my knowledge, from that time on, she did not end up being physically abused.
Yeah, this is a very good example which explains what you were saying also. Thank you.